Recently, there has been a lot of controversy surrounding the 20 series and it has been getting a lot of negativity. So here are 10 reasons why you should buy an RTX 2080, and if you already bought one, why it was a good decision. Welcome to Hari's Hobbies. Now before we go any further, I really wanted to thank all of you guys for helping this channel grow to 1,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it and I'm very thankful to all of you guys. So starting off with number 1, the RTX 2080 and the 20 series in general will have really good performance. The RTX 2080 is expected to have performance better than the GTX 1080 Ti. There are some leaked benchmarks floating around for the RTX 2080, but these numbers should be taken in with a grain of salt, because it is very easy to fake such numbers and it is unlikely that proper drivers were used even if the actual card was used. In my opinion, the best place to look for performance of the RTX 2080 is actually from Nvidia themselves. So far, we have heard that performance of the 2080 may be up to 2 times as high as the 1080. Now obviously, Nvidia's benchmarks are perfect world scenarios, and they will most likely not apply to most of us, but it is a good scope of how well these cards can perform. Moving on to number 2. You are getting a lot of new hardware with the RTX 2080. Starting off, you're getting GDDR6 memory, which is significantly faster than GDDR5 and GDDR5X memory. Also, you'll be able to experience the 12nm architecture, which will most likely be a lot more efficient and may allow for better overclocking. And finally, you're also getting the new Turing architecture as well. So there's a lot of new hardware surrounding the RTX 2080, so those are all benefits as well. Next, on to number 3. These new GPUs also have a lot of new technology implemented within them, not only ray tracing, but also DLSS. While ray tracing technology is nothing new, having real-time ray tracing is definitely a nice benefit, and deep learning supersampling does seem to sound promising as well. Is the expensive price worth it for these new technology? Well, I'm not quite sure, but either way, these are nice technologies to have. Number 4. These are the newest GPUs available from Nvidia, and that comes with a lot of perks. Buying an almost outdated series of GPUs has a lot of issues and may lose support soon in the future. For example, with the 10 series, Nvidia's driver updates and support will most likely diminish over the next couple of months and years. However, with the 20 series, Nvidia will continue to support this series for quite a while in the future. Number 5. These will be hands down the best GPUs available on the mainstream market currently. We have Vega from AMD, but really, it is not comparable with the 20 series, at least not in performance. And as for AMD Navi, we really still don't know that much information about it, and it is likely that it will just be an alternative to 20 series and not a replacement for it. So for the foreseeable future, the 20 series will dominate the GPU market as the best GPUs available. On to number 6, and this one is a bit controversial, but pricing is really not too bad. Now hear me out here. The RTX 2080 and GTX 1080 seem to have a similar gap as the GTX 1080 and GTX 980 from last generation. And last generation, it was completely acceptable for the GTX 1080 to launch at an initial MSRP of $700. Also, with the 10 series, Nvidia didn't really implement new technology and it was more of a straightforward upgrade. On top of that, there weren't very many outside influences changing the price. For example, the DRAM market is really inflated right now, and GDDR6 memory is already a lot more expensive than GDDR5X memory, so this could be contributing to that even more. Again, you're getting deep learning supersampling and real-time ray tracing technology with the RTX 2080, and you didn't get such technologies with the GTX 1080. So yes, $800 for a card is a lot of money, but it actually does make sense based on the past and the current market influences. Now for the RTX 2080 Ti, I'm not sure its price is actually that justifiable, but for the RTX 2080, it's actually not that bad. And that takes me on to number 7, and that is that pricing for these GPUs are not going to change, at least not in the imminent future. We will most likely see a price drop of around $100, but that most likely won't come until at least a year after this launch. So if you're looking to buy a new GPU within the next couple of months, the pricing for the 20 series is really not going to alter that much. You may be able to find some deals on Black Friday for about $50 or so, but that's really pretty much it. Moving on to number 8. If you're considering buying the Founders Edition of the 20 series, then something cool about it is that you get that cool new design. We have seen the same shroud design from Nvidia for several years now, and it really is a nice touch to see something new from them. Number 9. These GPUs are pretty much as future-proof as you can possibly get. These GPUs are going to last for several years, and they will provide great performance throughout those years. They will be able to handle all sorts of gaming styles and produce really high frames per second in almost all of them for several years to come. So these are definitely some GPUs that will last into the future. And finally, number 10. And while this one is really subjective, I also think this is one of the most important deciding factors of buying the RTX 2080. And that is if you actually want the RTX 2080. If you want the RTX 2080, then you should probably just go ahead and buy it, because there's no point in buying a GTX 1080 or 1080 Ti, and while they are cheaper than the RTX 2080, they're by no means cheap on their own means. So you really don't want to be spending that much money and not being fully satisfied with the GPU that you are getting, or having that little urge within you every day and that you should have gone with the RTX 2080 instead. So if you really just want a 20 series GPU, I really recommend that you just follow your heart and go get one for yourself. In the end, graphics cards are meant to enhance our gaming experience and make it more enjoyable, so it really is whatever makes you happier. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys this time. Did I miss a crucial point on why you should buy the RTX 2080? Make sure to comment down below what you guys think, because I do read all my comments and I'm curious as to what you guys think, so make sure to post your thoughts. Also, if you guys liked the video, then make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more videos just like this one. But until then, I'm Hari, and I'll see you guys on the next one.